Hey guys, Anthony Drager here. Register to these next 5 webinars. Why? I'm going to tell you the why. This is a picture of my family. That's me on the left. It's my father on the right. He used to tell us, and all my goofy brothers and sisters in the middle, he used to tell us growing up, if you know how, you'll have a job. But if you know why, you'll be the boss. You have to know why, especially in trading, to help strip out the randomness. So over the next week, to start your 2020, I'm going to go through a checklist of things you have to know, all right? Things that are really important. Like, for instance, in this picture, I'm standing on my toes, so I seem to be the tallest in the family. They finally figured that out after 20 years. Why does he look the tallest? Here's what we're going to get over the next week. First webinar, 2 things you must look for on a chart and pop out at you. And some of the best platforms or order flow add-ons that are out there that I have no interest in. So there's no bias. I'm just going to give you a sense of what I like that's out there in all my years and experience in this business. All right. Another webinar, we're going to talk about using order flow to hunt real-time stops. Instead of always worried about where you're going to put your stop, let's focus on where other people are going to put their stops and hunt them and understand why you might not want to have your stops there if you know other people have theirs. So we're going to talk about that in one of the webinars. We're also going to talk about learning what nobody else is teaching. What do I mean by market relationships? Go do a Google search after this video and see how many people aren't lined up to talk about market correlations, relationships to try to value price. So you use that when you buy a car or a plane ticket or a house, but you don't use it when you trade, or most people don't. It's silly. Go bring a Fibonacci chart into a car dealership next time you go buy a car, see if that works. All right, but the bottom line, what I want to create in these next 5 webinars is I want to make what's basic to me, what's basic to you. What's basic to me, I want to make basic to you, because when you learn the correct basic skill set in trading, it's also the advanced skill set. So remember that. Answers these questions. My experience is pretty unique because I come from the trading floor as a clerk. Then I was a member and a floor trader. Couldn't make it, was ready to quit. I jumped on the transition of electronic trading as it took this business by storm. The floors went to the computer, and I was off to the races. I got saved by the business going to the screen. Then I for 7 years, I was at a prop firm, but then I backed in to education. I got affiliated with a software company, and I learned how that worked. And I talked to thousands of traders, mostly retail traders. And here's the common pain points. Sick of missing winning trades, but catching the losers, right? Your setup sets up once, twice. If you would have taken them, 2 winners. You didn't, you're mad. So you take the third one. I'm not going to miss this third one. Wham, that's the loser. So you had 3 trades, you missed the 2 that were winners, and you caught the loser. And it happens again and again and again. What if you could cut out 50% of those missed winning trades? How different does your statement look? 2 weeks of profit. Aren't you sick of them being gone in maybe a trade or 2, right? Hard to make money over the course of a few weeks, easy to give it back. That has to be reversed. You have to strip the randomness out, right? We're going to talk also about these concepts creating better trade locations because they're no longer random with just lines on a chart. You'll know why they're better locations. You get paid sooner rather than later. You know the definition of a good location. That's what's really important, is stripping out not only that randomness and that uncertainty, but when you're right, it doesn't feel like a good guess anymore. And when you start getting better trade locations, all of it, just not only to get in, but get out, all of a sudden, your risk becomes easier to manage. Your psychology becomes easier to harness. You don't add to losers if that was a problem you had. You start to replace fear with confidence. And everything in a positive way begins to snowball. That's what's important. You have to have a checklist, and that's what these next 5 webinars are going to be. If you're watching this video inside an email you got, there's registration buttons all throughout the email. If this is up on YouTube and this is in the future you're watching it, email me at Anthony, what is it again? Anthony at edgetradinggroup.com and ask me for the recording. Register and you get a recording. Another thing to remember, there's only 100 people going to be allowed live into this webinar or to these webinars, 100 each. If you by chance get there late, you can't get in, don't worry. I'll send you a recording of each one. But try to get there early and try to be there live. Some notable quotes that'll help you get to understand me and what this is all about. Number 1, Fibonacci. I think Fibonacci is fine, but really the only thing I like about him is that he was Italian. Another saying that really resonates with people is after you buy it, you're a seller. Or after you sell it, you're a buyer. What does that mean? How does that help strip out randomness? Really is an eye-opener for people that have heard that for the first time. Trading is like shooting fish in a barrel. And then sometimes you're the fish. I said that to the owner of the prop firm, who at the time was the best trader I had ever met 20 years ago. And he started using that line to help mentoring other traders. Lastly, if you want the fish or you want the fishing pole. You want a system and try to piggyback something someone else does, then they get hit by a bus. What do you do then? Right? I always say, if you want to trade exactly like someone else, number one, it's not going to happen. Number two, you might as well give them your money and hit the snooze button every time the alarm clock goes off. You want the fishing pole, but you want to be able to understand it in a fun, unstressful way. And this is a business that's anything but. And I get it. Education there's all kinds of people that are experts at everything. I'm not an expert at trading. I'm a pro trader, which makes me an expert in one thing: simplicity. Anybody that tries to tell you they're an expert trader, that means they're good at everything but admitting that they're wrong. That's what you have to be good at. Admitting that you're wrong, be an expert in the simple. That's what all my programs are about. My webinars are about. They're about stories. It's about having fun. My tagline at Edge Trading Group is laugh, learn, trade. If you could laugh, you'll learn more, understand it, and trade better. Right? So I can't guarantee you guys are going to make money, but I can guarantee you're going to have a lot of fun trying to do it. And I give you your best chance at just bringing everything together and starting to check the boxes for 2020. So I hope to see everybody there. We're going to start Monday, December 30th, and sprinkled throughout the beginning of 2020 at different days, different times. They're all on the schedule. All you have to do is register once, and you'll be able to come to all 5 of the events. I hope to see you there. If I don't, have a great, happy, and safe New Year's. Best of luck trading, but I think most of you guys are going to come and check it out.